Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Luminous coming at you once again from Southern California. So damn hot here. This is Nirvana versus LGD in the ADC tournament, which stands for Asian Dota Championship. And this is round 1, I believe. Round 1, game 1 between these two teams. I plan to cast both games because they are quite good, but I'm going to speed through this picks and ban stage. This is 6.68C, so this is the infamous 20-minute ban stage. Picking stage is taking forever, and but hopefully the remainder of this two game should be fairly interesting. There's a lot of games played in ADC, so if you're bored, go and Ghost Gamer and check it out. I won't recommend all of the matches, but you definitely are going to see some interesting matches from relatively unknown teams. I think how Korea, relatively unknown team, actually managed to tie, I think, against Aeon and MCD, which, you know, more or less are a pretty well-known team, but they are Koreans. How Korea, so I mean, that's... Anyways, we are looking at Nirvana versus LGD. Both, you know, teams need no introduction. Just kind of talk about how LGD's been working kind of lately. As you know, 2009 has retired. He is now a coach instead of a player. And standing his play, we do have LGD.sGty, which coincidentally does not stand for Shogun, but that's who he is. This is Shogun standing in, well, he's not standing in, he's part of LGD now. As we coming down to this last pick here, I'm paused at the 10th minute mark, so if you guys are listening on the MP3, get there. So I'm gonna talk about Shogun for a little bit. He was back in FTD time, which FTD was the winner of SMM Malaysia a year ago, if you remember way back when. That's the game where ZSMJ got his Sacred Relic roared by a Beastmaster, and he farmed it back in 7 minutes. That's way back when, and Shogun was on the roster back then. I'm pretty sure he was. So he's just coming back to his former team, and should be a fairly good game here. And of course, on the Sentinel team, we do have very notable player as well. You do see two Zhou here, but one of them is PIS, which is Yafit. I'm pretty sure yellow is Yafit here. And this is the actual Zhou. So, okay, looking at the picks and bans real quick, not much difference. The only big difference I have seen from this pick is that Dusa and Drow Ranger not here anymore, not picked nor banned. So this is a really nice change because, I mean, I think all of us are pretty sick of freaking Dusa and Drow with the showdown. But in this place, we do see Morphling, and we do see a nerfed Visage, and it's very interesting that Nirvana is still picking up Visage despite being nerfed. And nicely, we do see a Puck here, so the Sentinel team going for kind of a big AoE. They do have a lot of AoE stuff, and they do have a nice single target nukes coming mostly from the Visage, so Assumption is still baller in terms of damage dealing. On the Scourge team, we do see Windrunner being first pick. Speaking of Windrunner, recently in DotaCommentaries.com, we do have a lot of articles being written by article writers, and there's a really nice article on Windrunner, so definitely check that out. Of course, we do have a Storm Spirit, a Witch Doctor, and a Sven. Now, Sven we don't really see that often anymore because simply melee carries, melee semi-carry is just not too popular. There are better melee carries such as the Alchemist, which is banned, such as the Kunga, which is also banned. So, I mean, it's not all too surprising that Sven is not being picked anymore, but he's definitely a great hero. So that's it with the hero analysis. Not too in-depth this time because I really want to get onto with this game. So this is the 10th minute mark if you're listening to the MP3, because I will be unpausing in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 10:01, 10:02, 10:03. So let's see who's playing on what here. We do see ZSMJ playing the Storm Spirit, so that's most likely he is going to be going to the mid lane with the Necrolite on the top lane and this tri-lane bottom. Now personally, I don't like ZSMJ on the missile. Don't get me wrong, he's definitely a great last hitter, definitely knows how to control the lane, but I personally feel that a stable mid solo player requires a different skill set, if you will. And personally, I don't think ZSMJ has that skill set, or as good of that skill set compared to 2009. The mid lane generally receive a lot of action, either being ganked or is the mid lane is expected by a lot of from his teammate to go gank a lot. And ZSMJ to me is more of a sit and farm kind of player. So the LGD team putting him a mid and on Storm Spirit, as you will, kind of baffles me. So we're probably going to see a more farm-oriented Storm Spirit, which by all means isn't all too bad, but Storm Spirit is definitely a great ganker as well. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, we do see a tri-lane with the Witch Doctor, Windrunner, and Sven. And personally, I really don't like Sven in the tri-lane, as we see both these guys camping the rune here. Let's see who's going to get it first. Morphling is going to go in. Morphling is probably going to take some trouble. There is a Stormbolt followed by a cast, as my screen just lags there. But he will... Whoa, Shackle Shot. Okay, so no rune in the bottom. Everyone fighting here. There is a rune top. Double damage on the Puck. So we're going to see a Puck versus a Necrolite lane. This lane is going to be fairly interesting, as also with the Visage and the Stormsphere mid. But I'm going to focus a lot of my attention on the bottom lane. And so you see more initiation going on the cast. Not enough mana for Stormbolt just yet. He does have enough mana now. We do have Stormbolt coming in, and they will get first blood on the Vengeful Spirit. And I was talking about why I don't like Sven on tri-lanes, is that most tri-lane fights last for at least a fairly long time. Enough time for you to throw out at least 2 spells here. And the reason I don't like Sven is that because he does not have the mana pool to throw out 2 stuns here. Because I mean, look at his really crappy ass mana pool. He could only throw out 1 stun, and he has to cast after that. And as you can see, the Sven here actually dropping his GG branches. What he's actually doing here is he's lowering his total mana pool by reducing his stats, so he could clarity to heal for more. And you generally see a lot of Warcraft player doing this. But in Dota, it's not too much of a big deal, because it's only +2 stats, but it's kind of like every little bit counts kind of thing. And so we see kind of this very aggressive tri-lane while throwing the Stormbolt, stopping it to kind of fake out the other player. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, we do see ZSMJ Storm at 5-0 compared to Joe's Visage at 5-3. So ZSMJ a little bit outlane, but ZSMJ really need his level 3 or 4 to be able to kind of handle lane. But keep in mind that kind of in a 1v1 situation, Necrolic very good, because the more he hits you, the harder he hits you back with the Soul Assumption. So it's definitely very great nuke. And you can see that Necrolic here definitely bullying Storm by kind of going uphill and even going into his territory. But ZSMJ not doing a bad job in catching up and CSing. That's exactly what I mean, picking up the early level. And it looks like ZSMJ has picked up the bottle, so definitely a good job for him there. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we do see a Puck versus Necrolite. Both players fairly high skill here. And a 6-3 versus 5-3, so the CS is fairly close. And the thing is, we do see Yafet on Morphling. Generally not one of his heroes. We do see the Crystal Maiden being initiated upon. Crystal Maiden is going to take a lot of stun here. Crystal Maiden a little bit out of position here. Now they're going to focus on the Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit tangle through, smart tangle there, and gets to the safety of his tower. So Ensign's kind of just threw away his life pointlessly there. But, well, really no big deal. CM is kind of, yeah. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we do see ZSMJ at 7 creep kills. He is really using his Remnant to the full potential, getting creep kills, harassing, and charging him his low orb here. So a lot of wards also being placed from both sides here, as we see a very offensive ward placed by Sentinel in the lane. This is really definitely what you need against the tri-lane, as we see Witch Doctor kind of poking around with the Windrunner in the jungle. Sven and Witch Doctor poking around, so this just forces the Morphling to go back. Morphling, if you have quick enough fingers, you can dodge Stormbolts, you can dodge Cask, and I think PIS is a player of that caliber, so you can see that he is really going fairly aggressively, even against the tri-lane into the lane here. But really, we're going to see YYF setting up the Shackle Shot. As we see, they're going to go for Venge. Voodoo is going to be casted on the Witch Doctor, so he is going to be healing a lot. I think that was a miss on the Shackle Shot, but they might get the no. They don't get the Venge, so that was a little bit of a mistake by YYF here. I'm not too sure whether they cast it or not. Nice Shackle Shot here. Sven totally in trouble. He does have a salve, but not enough time to use it, so PIS picks up a double kill, and that's exactly what they don't want on PIS. And meanwhile, on the top lane, we do see a lot of action going on as well. We do see the Necrolite at level 4 here, 7.5 CS. Not too good, not too good. Meanwhile, we do see 13 and 6 on the Pug, so definitely being outlaned by Banana here. Banana, definitely a great player. I'm not sure how rusty XC here or Shuriken is, but definitely he is not having a good time. As we see Storm picking up a haste rune, so whoever is at bottom lane definitely need to be careful. We do see Storm Spirit coming in, but he is going to back out, seeing that Crystal Maiden safely goes in the tower range. They do have a ward here, so that definitely saw Storm Spirit zipping away with his haste rune, and that definitely allowed the Visage to pick up level 6. And Visage level 6 is a scary feat, as we see initiation going upon on the Necrolink. Necrolink definitely in trouble here. Oh, that was a little bit missed micro on the Storm Spirit. Cancel one of his attack. Let's see if he's gonna go bite him in the ass at the end. No, he does not. He definitely canceled one of his attack animation, but no big deal. It worked out fine here. As we see this very, very high action trialing, I think YYF is going to pick up most of the creep kill here, but I don't. Well, let's see. There is going to be initiation going on the Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor is going to take a lot of damage here, and I think I talked about it in my previous commentary that Morphling is definitely a great trialing. I think Ian talked about it in his previous commentary. It was a trialing with ZSMJ on Anti-Mage, but he alluded to why Morphling is definitely a great hero, is that if your 2 stunners go on a enemy hero, the Morphling could just zip in immediately, as he just did there on the Witch Doctor, and that definitely allowed them to get a couple of kills and do a lot of damage at the same time. As we see these observers typing for absolutely no reason. STFU, man, come on. I'm trying to cast a game here. That was a little bit mean, but I don't know. Personally, when I'm playing a game and observers are just chatting away on all chat, annoys me a little bit. I'm not sure if they're chatting away in all chat or referee chat, but I don't know. It just annoys me to see kind of text box popping up. But whatever, we do see YYF at 21 creep kills, Morphling at 13 creep kills. As we see a Stormbolt coming in, Morphling doing a good job. As I did, oh wow, nice shackle shot on the Venge here. Venge is gonna fall down fairly quickly. We do see Puck casting his ultimate, and wow, those birds are stunning for a long time. That Sven will go down, so they traded 2 for 1 here. They get dropped. The Witch Doctor was picked off as well, so we do see a lot of teleportation being used on both sides here. And with that, we do send Necrolite now free farming top lane. Hopefully this Necrolite will pick up not agility shreds, shreds into a mecha. Mecha has been buffed in 6.68, so that's definitely a good item to pick up. Even before the buff, it was still a good item to pick up. So let's see what he's gonna pick up this game. So going back on the mid lane, we do see Storm Spirit at 25 and 2, Necrolink at 24 and 2. So ZSMJ, despite roaming to the bottom lane twice here, is still leading the creep kill at mid lane. So he's definitely doing a good job. But really, one great aspect about Necrolite here is that he could stay at the mid lane, but still help out his gank through the form of his familiar. As you saw in that last engagement, that familiar was stunning, was doing a lot of DPS, and throughout all that, you know, the Necrolink has been farming in mid lane, so that's one really huge benefit of Necrolink. No other hero in Dota really, outside of Ancient Apparition, outside of Zeus and Crystal Maiden, could help out in the other side of the map. As they did here, and they are really going to go for Necrolink. Necrolink, really durable hero, and he is going to withstand a lot of damage. There is more spell going out, but he does have one more heal. No, he has no more heal now. He is going to be okay. They did do a lot of damage on this Necrolink, but then, yeah, they have successfully forced the Necrolink back, Necrolite back. I'm really going to be mixing up a lot with the Necrolink and Necrolite, as we see, yeah. I'm going to call it Visage and Necrolite. Yeah, that's probably a better job. As we see, this tower is going to be denied in favor of Nirvana. So Nirvana really in the early advantage. They do have a tower denied. They do have a 2 kill advantage on the head count. Is definitely doing a good job here. As we see more initiation going on PIS. PIS definitely in good shape here in the farm. As we see a hasted puck coming on the bottom lane, and I really miss a good puck as we are being showcased by Banana here.